Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now October 3rd of 2021. We have a lot to look forward to when it comes to Star Wars. We got multiple TV shows that are currently already in the works, with Disney all sitting ready to announce more Star Wars movies as well, later down the road at Star Wars Celebration and more, to come for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and check me out on there. I do post a couple of fun and entertaining things from time to time and interact with you guys further. So, we're now on a very interesting note for Star Wars because we're getting closer to the release of the Book of Boba Fett. The Mandalorian Season 3 is being filmed right now. We have, of course, the Ahsoka Tano series in pre-production. A lot is happening at the same exact time. They are very busy over at Lucasfilm trying to steer things in the right direction, right? And this is all because of Jon and Dave. They are truly trying to bring things together for Star Wars fans. They want to absolutely make sure that Star Wars can thrive and survive moving ahead. So, one thing that a lot of fans have been very much worried about is whether or not Jon and Dave are going to pull things off with Star Wars for the years to come. 2022, very important year. The Book of Boba Fett is going to be a big deal in January, given that it is releasing so very late into this year on December 29th. We're going to have a batch of Boba Fett episodes for January throughout, of course, the early year of 2022. Then followed by that, we have other TV shows like the Kenobi series. We got the Bad Batch Season 2. We've got other TV shows out there as well, like Andor and The Mandalorian Season 3, plus more. So, on top of this, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are trying everything in their power to really bring things around for Star Wars fans. Now, one thing that a lot of fans have been very interested about is exactly what's been going on with creator George Lucas. Now, given that the Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian Season 3 are now the main focus by Disney and Lucasfilm, creators Jon Favreau, Dave, and George Lucas are all working together for what's to bring back Star Wars Legends in the mix. Recently, George Lucas had multiple meetings with the higher-ups over at Disney about what's to be done for the future of Star Wars. Lucasfilm is actually described to actually have convinced Disney to do something spectacular for the fans that will be fully announced at the end of 2022. This all being convinced, of course, by George Lucas to Disney. It's explained that just recently George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni all got together and pitched a plan to explore the Old Republic era in the form of a TV series for Disney Plus, and that this was something that was actually discussed for days at this point between George, Jon, and Dave, and as well to Disney. Now, this was said to have all been initiated by George Lucas, and that Disney agreed to move forward with this plan very fast, and that though there have already been plans for the Old Republic to be a series on Disney Plus, the initial plan was for it to be a new animated series like the Clone Wars. However, Lucas turned this all around and convinced Disney to move forward and to make it into a live-action Star Wars series. Now, the stories are actually set to focus on characters like Darth Revan, Malgus, and others, placed within the Old Republic era and Knights of the Old Republic timeline, and will be heavily accurate from the video games and books that were popular in the 2000s. Now, George Lucas wants to adapt more from the video games of Star Wars as he realized that the cinematics for those games were very much movie-like. Lucas is said to have told Disney's higher-ups that these should be high-budget projects that would focus on each character per season, and that Lucas pushed for Disney to focus on more Jedi and Sith content for Disney+. They are already aiming to drop the series on Disney Plus by 2025, and though it may be far away, Lucasfilm is said to have pre-plans that will build up to this series using other TV shows from now on until 2024. Lucas and Favreau are described to be having multiple conversations on how the direction of the show would go, and the plan is to begin writing the series as soon as 2023 in its first quarter. Now, the series will also focus on Darth Malgus and other Sith that will be introduced that fans have never seen before in Legends or canon in live-action form. In fact, Disney has even suggested to use some animators from BioWare for the new series to keep the authentic feel of the Old Republic era. Now, George, John, and Dave agree that this series needs to be action-packed and with a decent amount of violence, just like the video games, in order to not upset the hardcore fans, to say the least. Now, with Disney giving the go-ahead on remaking the video games, that was only the first step to it all, and is building towards the live-action adaptation of the Old Republic era that is set thousands of years before the events of Episode 1. So here's the thing about all of this, is that this was always going to be a thing, the Old Republic as a TV series. However, the main difference was that it was going to be animated and not live action. George Lucas recently turned this all around for 2025 and is making sure that it's going to be a live action Star Wars series. Now, the reason as to why it's going to be dropping in 25 is that they want to build up to this series. They're doing a lot of different things. They're bringing back the video games, for an example. They're remaking the video games. I'm sure that you guys saw that major teaser trailer of Darth Revan coming out of the shadows and revealing himself. That was basically the first step to building up to the Old Republic live-action series and bringing it all back into action again. The other step is this, is that the lore of the Old Republic will be explored in multiple eras of Star Wars in live-action form. That means the Mandoverse, the Kenobi series, all of these new shows are going to give us hints of the Old Republic era. In fact, even in the sequel trilogy, if you look hard enough, there are Old Republic nods in that movie, such as on the world of Exegol, when you go into the Sith Citadel, when Kylo Ren goes in there, all of those statues are Sith from the Old Republic era, so to speak. So now that we're building up towards 2025, which of course, if you think about it, it's not all that far away. I mean, yes it is, but when you really think about it, we have 2022, 23, and 24. 3 important years of Star Wars. Next year is going to be big, 23 is going to be even bigger, and 24 is really going to bring Star Wars to an all-new high. So that's exactly what John and Dave are doing. They're taking it slow, but they are doing incredible things year by year to build up to these major changes for 2025. So obviously they have a lot of plans throughout the 2020s and beyond, as long as everything moves along smoothly, and that the fans give great reception to Disney and Lucasfilm. I do believe that things are going to roll very much smoothly with no bumps in the road, as long as they have, a lot of quality TV shows coming out, and as long as it gets great reviews and it's very well received, you're going to see a lot more great material coming out more and more every single year. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.